Welcome back, guys. Santos in the building. So today I just want to talk to you guys about the imperfection of trying to be perfect, just striving to be perfect. Because this has come up offline where people are asking me like, I'm trying to be perfect, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. Well, the goal here is not to be perfect. The goal here is not to be perfect with God. That's not the goal here. Because it says in the Bible that if we claim to be without sin, then we are deceiving ourselves. So, all right, so it's a sin that you are claiming to be without sin, and then you deceiving yourself is, that's a sin as well. But it's not about being perfect. It's just about when you know that you're doing something wrong, it's just about not doing that anymore. Not doing the things that you know are wrong, that you know are sin. Okay? Because there's things that we think are wrong. There's some things that we might think are wrong or we might think are incorrect. But it might just need a little bit of tweaking for it to actually be biblical. So I know we think a lot of things are incorrect. We think a lot of things are sinful. But we just have to validate that through the Bible. And the moment we start understanding what is sin, we have clarity with what is sin, when we're having certain soul ties with things, when we're allowing certain things to be in our lives, when we're allowing certain people into our lives, when we're maintaining certain relationships that are sinful, or when we're saying things that are sinful, that's when we have a responsibility to pull away from those things. That's when we have to be like, okay, God, you've made me aware that this is a sin, Lord, so I'm going to do my best to not do these things. So this is why as Christians, it does come with a struggle. Like it's like a push and pull. Like I as a Christian, I don't want to sin, but there are these things set up in a way where I can fall into sin, or where I may end up falling into sin. So when things like that come along, we just have to be the ones who are fighting for what's right, fighting for God, fighting for what God says is correct, not fighting for ourselves and our selfish desires. Because we end up doing this, then we're going to end up stumbling. And then we're going to have people getting in our way intentionally to try to slow us down. And it is what it is. People are going to try to get in your way. People are going to come and hate people. The easiest thing people can do is hate. The easiest thing people can do is hate, be frustrated, get mad, do things like that. That is the main things that they would do. And what you will notice is when you're on your righteous walk, there's going to be people who are going to try to call you out for being imperfect. They're going to try to say you're imperfect. They're going to try to make you be imperfect. They're going to try to make you trip. They're going to have their own judgments. They're going to have all these things. And that's the thing. When those things come around, it's going to be real easy to give it attention when you really don't have to. You really don't even have to give it any attention. All you have to do is stay faithful in the Lord, and you'll be able to ignore those things. You'll be able to decline things, decline invites, decline pressure. You'll be able to remove that pressure from yourself. And when we find ourselves in these positions where we're doing God's work, and then we're facing all this backlash all of a sudden. Because before, when you were living in the world, right, nobody cared. Nobody cared when you were living in the world. Nobody cared when you were living in the world and you weren't trying to do something right. So it's kind of backwards. Like, okay, so when I was living in the world, nobody cared. I was cool. I was fine. Everyone accepted me. Or even the opposite. No one really cared about what you were doing. But now all of a sudden, now you're trying to do something right. Now you're trying to be with God. Now all of a sudden you have all these people saying stuff. All these people want to comment on your life. Your family members are coming in trying to make comments. You got all these friends coming in trying to make comments and plant seeds of doubts in you. You're gonna have random strangers coming in trying to slow you down, and just guys, just know that this is a devil working through them. This is the devil working through them, whether they know it or not. That is the devil working through them. These people that are sent to get in your way, these people that are sent to be agents, these people that are sent to slow you down and stop the production of your good fruit, to slow down your crop, to slow down your harvest. Man, these people, they're sent from Satan, guys. They're sent from Satan. And all you can really do when people like that come into your life, the only thing you can really do is, man, just pray for them. All you can do is pray for them. All you can do is pray for these people, man. Pray for these people and ask God to forgive them. Because when Jesus, we remember the last thing that Jesus said when he was hung on the cross. He said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." And it's true. We have to be thinking just like that. We have to be thinking just like that. Like, God, these people don't know what they're doing. These people don't know that Satan is working through them. These people don't know that they're being used. These people don't know that they're just being used to slow you down. These people don't know this stuff. And that's why you just got to cut off certain people, man. You got to cut off certain things. You got to make sure that these stuff is not in your way, not blocking your blessings. Completely removed from them. And when you get a good understanding of what that looks like, now you'll be able to walk with a different confidence, a different approach. Now you won't be held back by these things anymore. But it's really like that. As soon as you start trying to get in alignment with the Lord, as soon as you start trying to get in alignment with God, all of a sudden there's all this noise, all this friction, all this resistance. You're gonna have random people coming up. Oh my gosh, you still over there trying to walk with God. How's that going for you? Oh, you're still trying to be in alignment with this and that. Oh, how's that going for you? You're still trying to cut off your sins. How's that going for you? Are you having fun over there with God? Is it good over there with God? It actually is good with God. Okay, but these people won't realize until it's too late. These people won't realize until God is standing right in front of them when Jesus comes back. Or if they even make it that far. Because we don't know the day or the hour. We don't know when God is going to come back. So we might die before he comes back, or he might come back when we're alive in your lifetime, my lifetime. I don't know when you're watching this. But when Jesus comes back, these same people who were prosecuting you, they're going to wish, they're going to be thinking, they're going to, dang, this person was on that journey, and I was one of the main people talking down on them. I was one of the main people talking about them. So they're going to be looking at you like you're the person who had the answers, and they were the ones who were being deceived. So you don't want to be like these people who are deceived. You don't want to be like these people who think that being a Christian is some type of burden. You don't want to be around people who think that being Christian means that you have to be perfect, that being Christian means that you have all these rules in your life, that you can't have fun in your life, that you don't have joy. Because the fact is that God is the one who provides joy. God is the one who produces enlightenment in our lives. All this artificial stuff that the world has, all this artificial fun, drinking, smoking, partying, fornicating, all these things that you can think of that are temporary pleasures that we're only using to feed into our flesh and kill ourselves further and to be spiritually dead. When we're realizing that these things are killing us, like that our spirit is dead when we're doing these things, that we're getting further away from God as we're doing these things, as we're getting soul ties with demons, as we're getting soul ties with evil spirits and wicked spirits, and people who do witchcraft with their tongues, people who do witchcraft with their bodies. And some of these people, they don't realize it, of course, which is why I mentioned Jesus said, forgive them not because they don't know what they're doing. But we as Christians, as we're gaining this discernment, and as we start realizing, oh, this person, they don't realize that they're doing witchcraft with their tongue. These people don't realize that they're doing witchcraft with their bodies when they're coming into fruition with these things. These people don't realize that they have soul ties with these demonic spirits. So I have to be the one that's set apart, and I have to remove myself from them, because even being being in the vicinity of these people who have soul ties with them, you are going to be affected. You're going to gain a soul tie. You're going to have a soul tie too, just because of the validation that you're giving them, just because of the attention, just because of the time, because our soul ties come from what we give our time to, what we give our attention to. So when you giving your attention to certain things, and these things are obviously demonic, right? These things are demonic, whether you know it or not. A lot of these things are demonic. And as we know that Satan is the ruler of this world, a lot of Christians are deceived, and they think that just because they're saved, that no demons are around, that they think they can still come in contact with whoever, with anyone. But the truth is that 99% of people are on Satan's side. 99% of people, because walking with God, you are the few, you are the chosen. Walking with the Lord is such a slim path. It's such a narrow walk. And it's going to put you in a space where you have to understand, like, okay, this is such a narrow walk, but Jesus was the only one that was perfect. I'm not going to be perfect, but I can only get so close to that. I can only get as close as I can to Jesus. And that's what's going to separate you, is that other people, they're not even going to try. Other people, they're not even going to try. Other people aren't going to try at all. And that's the difference between you and them. So guys, that's a message for you guys today. Make sure you guys leave a like, hit the sub, do what you do. In Jesus' name.